Hello and welcome back to my YouTube. My name is the Battle Room once again, and today I'm very excited to bring you my first BDSP competitive battle. So I made a team, got it in game, which was kind of a pain, but we got it in game. We're good to go, and I decided to go with a traditional rain team for my first team. I tested it out on the Pokemon Showdown ladder, gave it a little spice, changed it up a little bit, made some good spreads, and here it is. I'm excited to showcase this team. I think it's really fun. I think it's going to be the one we use for a little bit. But basically, I wanted to build around my good friend Latios and Scizor. Scizor and Latios are two Pokemon that I used to love using almost 9 years ago in 2012 VGC. It's what I grew up using, and it fills me with so much nostalgia. I just can't stop playing this format. So I'm really excited to show it off here on YouTube, and we have a good battle versus Murkiri. You can check it out on all their info in the description below. I got you covered. You can check out their perspective of the battle, and they upload content consistently. So if you want to check out some good Pokemon content, go check out down below. Also, if you really like this content, please let me know in the comments below. I think this format is perfect. So if you want to see more of it, let me know in the comments below. And also, give me a like and subscribe. It helps me out a lot. I'd appreciate it. Let's get in the battle. Alright, so we've got ourselves a little bit of a rain mirror here, which is pretty exciting. Rain mirrors are pretty interesting. The big differentiators here are going to be Latios, Porygon Z, and then our weather setter and our fire type. It makes it really interesting. We both got that Ludicolo, we both got that rain setter, and Scizor, but it's a little different. So I know from experience that the Scizor is really, really potent here and really strong outside of the Pelipper, but it is good versus the Ludicolo. Bringing the fire type is a little bit risky for both sides, but it might be important for both of us. My team does struggle against Scizor on occasion if I don't bring Arcanine, so we'll see. Okay, so I think I'm going to start off with Latios lead. I love leading Latios. Latios is fun. I love Latios. I'm going to lead Latios plus Ludicolo, and then I'm going to bring Scizor in the back. And I don't think I'm going to bring my Politoed, and instead, I'm going to bring Togekiss. I think this is good. I like this. It gives me a lot of options to put pressure on my opponent with Latios early, potentially switch out if I need to, while also putting pressure on almost everything. And I have fake out support as well, and I can swap freely into Togekiss or Scizor as pretty good pivots. So I'm gonna go with those four. Oh man, it feels good to play this in game. I'm so excited here. I'm so excited for our first battle. So we're gonna see Ludicolo and Porygon Z lead into Latios and Ludicolo. We have no way to necessarily check the abilities on these Pokemon, or the speed stats I should say, but I think it's fine. I think I'm going to go for, I think Psychic should like kill Porygon, but I'm going to go for Psychic, and I'm going to go for Fake Out onto Porygon. We might end up just trading Fake Outs here. That's kind of what I expect. We'll see a Fake Out onto Latios, and then we'll see a Fake Out onto Porygon. And we'll just trade Fake Outs. It's the nature of old school VGC. There's no Dynamax. There's no nothing. Just pure excitement. Porygon's a mon that I've seen a little bit, and it's kind of an interesting Pokemon just because it does rely previously on Max, but now we're seeing it again used in this format, and it's kind of a wild card. It mainly just deals a ton of damage. That's something to look out for. So their Ludicolo is faster, which is important to note. Mine isn't max speed, but like I mentioned, just trading Fake Outs here, which is fine. I think that's fine. So I'm thinking we do threaten the KO here onto Porygon. I think I'm gonna lock myself on a Draco. I don't want to. Oh well, if I lock myself in a Psychic, I'll be able to actually hit Togekiss if it switches in. And I'm going to swap Ludicolo into Scizor. I think this is a safe play. I want to keep Ludicolo alive. I think it's important. And I think Psychic should just pick up the KO anyways. If they do switch into Pelipper or something, I think it's not a big deal. So Ludicolo is actually going to be the one to withdraw here. I also just realized that it could be potentially like Scarf, and I'm just not realizing it. We might see a Protect here. From Porygon while they redirect to their Follow Me support, which would be a pretty solid play. We're not going to see that. It's not Scarf. Psychic's going to come through. Will it be able to pick up the KO? It does. Respect Latios, baby. Oh, man. Latios has quickly become one of my favorite Pokemon in this format. The damage it deals, the speed, it's just like perfect amount of damage for a bulky style team. I think my team's pretty bulky, and Latios just gives it that extra punch that it needs to cross the finish line sometimes, and I just love Latios. He's just so fun to use. Oh man, this format is so freaking good. Okay, so Scissor's going to come in. So we've seen all 4 of my opponent's Pokemon. Neither of us brought the Rain, which is important to note here. I didn't bring Arcanine, though, which is something to consider here. It's a little bit scary, especially if that Scizor starts Sword Dancing. I would like to double tap Togekiss, like just get the KO with Psychic plus Bullet Punch. But I am a little bit afraid of a Swords Dance here, because then it's setting itself up for success. But I think I'm just going to go for it. I need to keep the pressure on my opponent, and just keep the throttle going. And if I get this KO, it means the game's probably pretty... I don't want to say locked up, because Scizor could literally sweep all of my Pokemon. But it could set me up for a position for my Scizor to potentially get ahead of their Scizor in the end game. That's my main goal here, is to just try to beat their Scizor later. That's the plan. So we're going to see Togekiss withdraw here into Ludicolo. I'm not sure if it can take this. I'm not fully sure. I'm just hoping. Bullet Punch comes through. I'm imagining an X-Scissor or a Swords Dance. I'm thinking Swords Dance. They're a little bit behind on resources, and I think getting ahead is really, really important. Ludicolo faints, which is good. So we got a KO. This is what I was hoping for, right? A KO onto Ludi or a KO onto Togekiss. And we're just going to see that regular X-Scissor and a Latios. The damage was insane. It did basically 200% of my opponent's team just by itself. This is why I'm a #1 Latios fan. Oh, Life Orb Scizor. Good to know. Good to know. I'm going to go into Ludicolo. Basically, the situation is we have the same Pokemon, but I have one more. And that one more, it might make all the difference. So Silly Goose is going to come in. I'm a little bit afraid of Togekiss. Just a little bit. I'm just going to check if it gets Flamethrower. I don't remember. I don't think it does. I haven't seen any with Flamethrower. But I just want to make sure that I'm not about to get surprised here. It does get Flamethrower. Okay, good to know. Good to know. So I think we'll just go for this Fake Out on the Silly Goose and the Swords Dance onto our Scizor. If we're a little bit ahead of our opponent in Swords Dances, it could give us a huge edge in the later game here. We're going to see Protect. Most of them don't run Flamethrower, and it's a Rain team. Mine doesn't run Flamethrower, but my opponents might, and I just want to make sure we're crossing all of our... dotting our I's and crossing our T's here to make sure that we win this game 1, which I think is highly in our favor. Even though we're just losing Pokemon, like Ludicolo is gone. Scizor, the Latios is gone. Scizor has gotten 2 KOs. And it's going to come down to Scizor versus Scizor in this end game. I'm not sure if I actually live a Bullet Punch. I really hope I do, but I don't think it matters because we have a Swords Dance, and that gives us a little bit of an edge here. So I'm just going to go for Dazzling Gleam to make sure Togekiss goes down, and then we're going to Bullet Punch this Silly Goose. That's the plan, baby. I'm feeling good about this position, though. Bullet Punch comes through, no Berry, and it goes down. Oh, nope, it didn't go down. It didn't go down. My Togekiss moves, though, grabs the KO with Dazzling Gleam. That's why we Gleam, baby. Didn't want to risk a potential crit or some sort of flamethrower tech coming out, so I'm happy we were faster. They're going to go for Swords Dance, which is completely fine. It's Scizor v Scizor. It's kind of a weird endgame. It's a really weird endgame here. They are going to be forced to kill my Togekiss. I think we'll just go for Swords Dance again. No, I think maybe 2 Bullet Punches will do it. With the Life Orbs, I'm thinking 2 Bullet Punches will do it. So I'm just going to go for Bullet Punches. That's going to be close. I don't think they can touch us, though. Oh, they're just going for Air Slash. Or they're... No Bullet Punch. Okay. We crit them with Air Slash. Okay, no Bullet Punch. I think we had that. Maybe they were hoping for some sort of misplay, like a read on my Protect. I think that might have been what the intention was. Because we had that pretty locked. So, we take game 1, which I'm very happy with. I think Latios just kind of went kind of crazy mode. And... yeah, I can't really complain. It went about to plan. Scizor, again, is a huge problem. As we saw, my opponent was able to pick off a ton of Pokemon. And it really set me up for a interesting endgame there that got a little scary. But we were able to kind of get ahead with our Scizor. And so, yeah. All right, let's go into game 2 here. I'm imagining Scizor is going to lead. Like, my opponent is going to lead Scizor. I'm tempted to bring Arcanine, really, because I don't think my opponent is really going to bring Rain. I think Ludicolo is still good regardless of Rain. Fake Out is great. I could also see my opponent bringing Infernape. Infernape could cause me issues. I think I originally had Infernape over Arcanine. Our teams are, like, really, really similar. Great minds think alike, and I think that Infernape might be brought here. I think it could be a pretty good bring, especially if it's Sash. It can still function in Rain, which is always really, really important. I could just also hard rain mode. I think that's tempting. But I'm also giving my opponent rain, so it's something to consider. I think since we're up a game, I'm going to risk it and bring Arcanine. I'm going to lead it as well. I'm going to lead Arcanine Scizor with... Arcanine Latios with Scizor and... I like Ludicolo a lot. Fake Out is really, really good, and it helps against rain. I'll bring Ludicolo in the back. We're just going to make a lot of adjustments here. So we're going to see our opponent leave with Pelipper and Scizor into Latios Arcanine. Okay. This is good. This is good. Kind of what I was expecting here. I wanted to punish this Scizor lead, and I thought I could do that with an Arcanine lead, but we're in the rain, which is a little uncomfortable for me. Not really fully enjoying that one. I'm going to go for Psychic into Pelipper, and I'm going to go for Snarl. I like Snarl, just in case it's sashed. They both should outspeed Pelipper as well, unless it's Scarf or something, but I believe Intimidate went first. I'm not actually catching these. I'm not paying attention to the abilities. Oh, man. Okay. So the situation does look good for me. I'm putting a lot of pressure on Pelipper, and I'm putting some pressure on Scizor, and I intimidated it, which makes it a little weaker. Pelipper's going to go for Protect. Ooh! Oof. The double tap is not going to prevail here. Latios is going to go for Psychic into the Protect, and we're just going to Snarl into nothingness, which is not good at all. Snarl does... It did a little chunk, I guess. I can't complain too much. But now we're about to get hit with this Life Orb X Scizor. Ooh, Sword Dance. Okay, okay, okay. That's not bad. That doesn't feel bad at all. Okay. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to Psychic and Flare Blitz this Scizor. So I know that Flare Blitz doesn't actually KO. I ran the Calc because I wanted to make sure I could kill Scizor, because Scizor is a huge problem for this team. So Arcanine was essential in beating Scizor. And I wanted to make sure I could kill Scizor in the rain for Rain Mirrors. And it doesn't, but with Psychic, it should be able to pick up that KO. My fear here would be a Tailwind play into whatever, Protect, right? That would be the scariest play. But as long as Scizor attacks, I should be good. I think I'll live a +1 Bullet Punch, but it is Life Orb, so I'm not sure. No Protect from Scizor. Psychic's going to come through, doing really good damage. Specs Latios. I can't get over this Pokemon. Like, part of the reason I think I love this format is because of Latios. It just... I'm loving Latios. So we're going to pick up an early KO on a Scizor, which is phenomenal. Scizor is a huge problem. And I used my Arcanine to do it, which feels pretty good. Just because now... Yep, Tailwind setup. Just because now Arcanine did its job. I don't need Arcanine anymore, and I'm able to play with it a little more freely. And if Arcanine gets KO'd, do I care? Not really. Not at all. Porygon Z is going to come in here. I'm expecting... Okay. I'm expecting Ice Beam, Hyper Beam, something of that sort into Latios, so I'm going to swap Scizor there. And then I'm expecting just a nice Scald onto Arcanine. It could go for a Hurricane or something. I kind of just want to Protect, honestly. I think it's like Specs Porygon or something. That's like my guess here. If I had to guess. And then I think I want to swap this into Ludicolo, but I'm a little bit afraid my opponent will make a big read here and go for like Hurricane into that slot. I'm afraid I'm going to get red because I'm on the back foot so much that my opponent has the freedom to potentially make a really big read on me and really punish my defensive switches here. We'll see. I'm hoping not. We're in a good position though. We are up a Mon, so it kind of depends though. They could easily change this around for themselves. Tri-Attack into Scizor. We should take that kind of well. Just kidding. It does half. But they go for Scald. So I wasn't punished for my very, very safe defensive plays. But that did half. Good lord. It's got to be Specs. It's freaking got to be. Bullet Punch. How many turns is Tailwind? So we actually have to keep track. There's no way to check. So we had one turn. That was 2. So there's 2 more turns after this. I'm kind of tempted to press Protect plus... Protect plus Fake Out, but that's never a good play. Because I think they're just gonna Scald Scizor or Hurricane, and then they're gonna press and they're just gonna flinch. Because I think it's Specs, because we didn't see it Protect in game 1, it actually swapped out. When I thought the switch into Tokus plus Protect would have been a good play, but I think it kind of sold to me that it's a Specs Porygon set. Pelipper's going to go for Scald here on a Scizor. That makes a lot of sense. This is scary. This is very scary here. I'm going to go into Arcanine, I think. This Porygon is just going to run through me. Dude, we saw how much it did to Scizor. This thing is scary. My opponent hit their rhythm this game. Hit their rhythm straight up. So that would have been the third turn. This is the final turn of Tailwind. I'm going to go for Protect on Arcanine here. And I'm going to try to Scald Porygon, but in Tailwind we'll probably get outsped. And we'll probably die. But if they potentially, what they could do here is potentially try attack Arcanine. And then maybe they'll go for Hurricane and maybe all outspeed. It would be a slight misplay on their end, but it's something we could account for. My goal here is to just rely on Latios to close this game out, honestly. That's what I need to do, I think. Porygon uses Tri-Attack. Okay, no misplays from my opponent. Didn't expect to get away with such murder, but I was hoping. You gotta play for the misplays. I doubted my opponent would, but I just made sure, you know? I wanted to make sure that there was potential there. And now we're gonna go into Latios. This turn's a little weird. Just because Tailwind's expired. I could easily go for Snarl plus Psychic. But see, there's a lot of things that could happen. Pelipper could protect. Porygon could switch into Togekiss. That could be an option too. There's a lot of things that could go wrong. They could attack with Pelipper. They could protect with Pelipper. They could Tailwind Pelipper. They could switch Porygon into Togekiss. Those are all options. But I think this covers the most plays. My Arcanine is designed now. It's Speed Porygon Z. It's a Pokemon I was afraid of. So I thought Snarl would be great. And we're just going to try to KO this Pelipper here. I hope this kills. Oh! It wasn't Sash Pelipper. That's really important information. That's really, really important going into the next game. We're going to hit the Snarl, though, which is good. Arcanine might be able to just clutch this game with just Snarl spam. We'll have to see. And Porygon's use Tri-Attack into which slot? It's going to be into Latios. I think I'll live because of Snarl. Oh, no, we got frozen, though. Tri-Attack does have that nasty double effects. Really wish it was a burn right now, but that is a freeze. And Ludicolo is the last. Ooh. It's not a mon I wanted to see at all. I have to protect Arcanine here. Well, I don't. I really don't have to protect Arcanine here. I could go for Snarl, because they might kill Latios. That's like my hope here, is they go for Latios. But I think they're just going to rely... It's not relying on freeze, but I think it's just safer. I'm going to Psychic. I hope I de-thought, but I think they're going to... I have to protect Arcanine. I have to play it safe here. I have to. I think I have to. It's going to be an Ice Beam, so I could have went for Snarl. I would have taken the Tri-Attack anyways, but I think I could have went for Snarl there. They're not risking any unthaws, which is fine. They're going to use Tri-Attack. The thing still specs. Rain should end, right? Oh, no. There's Damp Rock. It's Damp Rock. Alright, GG, GG. That's game 2. That's game 2. Huh. Okay. So... It's got to be Damp Rock. I don't know if I'm actually counting the turns correctly. I need like a freaking notebook here. I got so used to the game doing it for me. Alright, Arcanine goes down. See you later, buddy. Let's go to game 3. Let's go to game 3. Okay. So that went poorly because of the PZ plus the Tailwind thing, which honestly was really well played by my opponent, and I really need to find a way to stop it. The turn 1 was also just really well played. Like, I tried to double top when I didn't really need to, which is really, really good to know. And I think that's where things started to really go downhill for me. Politoed would be really okay in this battle. It's not the greatest, it's not the worst. Follow Me might be more useful. Scizor really didn't perform in the match there, because my opponent literally just brought nothing Scizor was really great against, which was really well played from my opponent. I like Latios plus Ludicolo a lot. I think it puts a lot of pressure on my opponent still. A little less on Scizor, but I think I can turn that around with some Arcanine in the back. And then now is it Ludicolo, or is it Togekiss or Politoed? I think that's really what I'm begging the question here. I could get Follow Me support, better answers to Ludicolo, or I could get Parasong Endgame plus a better answer to Scizor, but we're bringing Arcanine. I'm going to bring Togekiss. Whew, okay, I think Togekiss is better. I think Politoed is, like, okay, but it helps my opponent. It's not really great. Like, I think Pelipper is really good versus Ludicolo, whereas my Politoed isn't good versus their Rain mode, but their Rain mode's good versus mine. That's the downside to Politoed, gang, even though I love Politoed, and I think Parasong is incredible. Okay, so now we know Psychic kills. I'm going to press Psychic. And then... I think we can freely fake out Scizor here. I feel pretty good about this turn. This lead is really fun. It's one of my favorites. I love leading Politoed plus, or Latios plus Ludicolo because my opponent has to think. I could hit them with Specs damage. I could hit them with a Life Orb Scald. I could swap into Politoed. There's so many options. I have all the options, and my opponent has to play scared. And I think that benefits me more than it helps my opponent. Scissor, just a double protect. Really safe plays for my opponent, but I think next turn is highly, highly favoring me. Highly favoring me. So I think Ludicolo is goated, and we need to keep Ludicolo alive. So I'm going to make this nice, sweet swap into Arcanine. Because I brought Arcanine. I brought my little dog, my little buddy. So we're going to see Ludicolo come back first because Drizzle, it's the fastest Pokemon in the game right now. I'm going to see Arcanine come in. My noble, proud Pokemon. And we're just going to try to kill Pelipper here, which they still could swap, and they definitely might. Scizor withdraws, actually. Wow. Into what? Ludicolo? Yeah, predicting like a Scald or potentially a double tap. But this Pokemon, it's imperative to me that I KO this Pelipper. Which I do. Good. It's so there's no more Tailwind, but this next turn, this is kind of a crazy matchup because it's all about momentum swings. In game 1, I lost momentum. In game 1, I got the momentum because I got an early KO. Game 2, they swung the momentum with a Tailwind. Even though I got a KO and a Scizor, they got a Tailwind. And in game 3 here, we got to make sure that we don't lose the momentum whatsoever. So I'm going to go for Psychic into Ludicolo. And I think I need to keep my opponent honest. And I'm going to go for Flare Blitz into Scizor. This is really risky. And it's really difficult for me to deal with Scizor if I lose Arcanine. But I think it's imperative that I attack her because I think my opponent might fake out. And if I do a swap with Arcanine, I'll put myself in a huge momentum loss. And I may lose the game this way. So I'm trying to keep my opponent true, forcing them to press Scald. And if they don't, they might lose the game outright because my Arcanine just got a big Flare Blitz off. That's my intention and my goal here. I do have ways around the Scizor with my own Ludicolo. As long as I get damage on, it's good. And my opponent is just going to go for that Scald. Well played by them. They're keeping me honest. And they're... Oh, man. We just lost Arcanine. I think it's still potentially okay. We'll have to see. The game might get a little funky. Scald does some good damage there. And they're just going to go for X-Scissor. They just made the safe, good play. But I was really predicting the fake out. I really thought they were going to try to Swords Dance up on me. I didn't want to potentially lose that. Potentially get caught in that momentum. So I thought this was the best play. Obviously, it did not work as well for me. Okay, it's not the end of the world because we still have Ludicolo. The rain is going to be here for a while because I'm pretty sure that was Damp Rock Pelipper, and I still have a Togekiss. So I don't think it's the end of the world for me. But, okay. One fear I have here is my opponent pressing, I'm really afraid of my opponent pressing Ice Beam plus Bullet Punch onto my Togekiss, netting a KO. But I'm also really afraid of X-Scissor. And I'm afraid of Double Protect as well. So I think because I'm afraid of a Double Tap and a Double Protect, I'm opting to just fake out Scizor to let it not move because I don't want to protect my Togekiss. Okay, so this is okay. This is an okay situation. Ludicolo presses Ice Beam into Togekiss. As long as there's no freeze, I'm okay with this. Dazzling Gleam does pick up the KO. So this was just to really avoid them pressing a double tap onto my Togekiss. Because I didn't want that to happen. But I wanted to keep them honest because if they double protect and I protect my Togekiss, fearing the double attack, then they can just get me next turn and there's nothing I can do to stop that. So we're going to see Cool Porygon come in. I'm not even sure if Scald gets the Oko here. I really need it to. I think I have to just go for Scald, hope that I get the KO, and then protect. I think my opponent's in a really amazing spot. If they actually X's are here, I could lose the game. I might have had to follow me. I might have needed to follow me. I might lose this game. But they haven't shown Bullet Punch. I think they have it, but they just haven't shown it yet, which is kind of scary, but they do have SD. I don't know if Scald picks up the KO here. I'm really hoping for the Bullet Punch. I'm really hoping for it, but they might have just X-Scissored. I think they X-Scissored. They go for Bullet Punch? That's good, but I need to get this KO, otherwise I might lose this game. We're going to see the Scald come through. It picks up the KO. Ludicolo, you god. Okay. So now I think I win. It came down to that play because I don't know if Ludicolo is actually picking up this KO on a Scizor. And Follow Me should guarantee the win because I'll be faster than Scizor and I'll be able to pick up the KO. Oh my gosh, this was a close game. Literally one read, I'm done for. I'm done for there. Because my opponent could have easily X-Scissored and try-attacked, and I could have lost that game. Whew. That was a close game. Well, I don't know if we're out of the woods yet. I think Ludicolo does pick up the KOs here with Scald plus Scald, and my opponent can't do too much to hurt Ludicolo because of Follow Me. So Follow Me is just going to guarantee the win for us. I'm going for Follow Me. I could Air Slash plus Scald to pick up the KO, but my fear is I miss Air Slash. So this is just like a guaranteed safe play because I'm able to Scald. So that's my intention and my planning here to lock up this game. But I think it really came down to that last turn. I mean, this was a back and forth momentum shifting game. It's kind of weird because normally I don't expect these games to go like this. But we have two very similar teams and two very aggressive teams. So I think naturally it's going to be a little bit faster paced and a little bit like momentum swingy, especially when one team has tailwind and one doesn't. So it's just really important that we negated that in game 3. And whew, I think this just might KO. It depends on the spread, obviously. But I think Ludicolo's got this in the bag. Boom, baby. And that's game 3. Ooh, we take the 2-1. I'm content with that. That was a fun set. GG's to our opponent. Again, if you want to check them out, all the information is below. Great content. They're constantly uploading, which is a great thing for YouTube content. But thank you very much for playing with us, and GG's. And thank you guys for watching. I greatly appreciate it. If you like this kind of content, let me know in the comments. I really think I love playing this format, and I want to keep playing it. So if you guys want to keep saying it, leave those likes, leave those comments, sub up. It helps me out a lot. And just keep watching, really. Thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have an amazing day. Again, check out their content. Fucking heat. I'll see you guys next time.